Simwood. So obviously, cover the markets. A lot of our audience, believe it or not, is a lot of Wall Street guys, and
Yeah,
that's the audience we have. That's who
yeah.
listens to us. We going back and forth. We had a big audience before when we were calling on markets and doing some crazy stuff. How do me and some of my Muppets get involved with some company like yours that has been around so long, clearly has a really unique position where you sit? Where are you going? Are you going to look to go public? Are you looking to get bought by a PE? Or you just looking to hand this off to your grandkids? Or like, where are you going with your business and how do
Um,
Muppets get involved? I love this Muppets thing because I'm going to call everybody I know Muppets. And Dave knows me from back in the coin card days. I'm a Muppet myself.
so I was never on Wall Street, but as you might have seen from the early slide, I was in financial markets in the UK. At a
Same
very
thing. You guys invented it.
That's right. I didn't like to say, but yeah, some while ago, and coming out of that market, I actually had to go through a process of unlearning. What I'd been institutionalized in. And Simwood partly represents some of that. So I can rule out PE immediately. PE doesn't suit our culture. We have, in the history of the business, only ever raised £3,000. That was from friends and family to buy our first server when we were doing the global SMS gateway, and I just didn't have the money. So as a result, the business is almost entirely owned by me and more recently staff. Every member of staff is a shareholder now. They have growth shares keyed into the success of the business. What that success looks like is has a couple of complexions. Really, we trade on, we make money. And I view, we're 30 years old now. Everything I do, I'm looking for the next 30 years. Not necessarily my kids, but internal talent, grown to take it on. I've never believed in running a business for the let's build it today and sell it in 3 years. You've got to build for the long term. We're very early to most things we do, so it tends to take 10 years for us to actually be in the right place. But so I approach it with an infinite mindset. But where an opportunity comes along that ticks the right boxes, then we're not gonna say no to it. Now we get offers probably on average at least one a month, and none of them have crossed all of the
when you say offers to acquire you, offers to partner, offers to roll up,
approaches to acquire, and none of them have ticked all of the boxes yet. Usually kind of culturally, intent for the staff, intent for the customers, intent for the platform, which frankly are more important to me than the pound, shilling, and pence in any kind of offer.
So you're looking for the right strategic partnership that can keep this business going.
If we've got opportunity,
why not roll up under? There's a couple of IPOs coming. Why not roll up under an IPO as a standalone part of it?
If we've got opportunity to do what we do with more impact in a more secure way, we'd be stupid not to take it, I guess, is the gist of it. But we're not looking for anything, in particular. We don't need anything.
Nobody wants to give you anything when you need it, kid. if you needed something, nobody wants to give it to you anyhow. So the reason you're not looking is the reason why I'm asking.
Yeah. So I'm sure the right opportunity will come along at the right time. But
yeah, I like finding opportunities. I like matching them together. I like trying to make things happen. I don't know. I'm just curious.
We've had conversations, and it's fair to say that some of those conversations have led to some of what's in the potato with larger operators that just cannot handle what we now do with, say, BYOC. They've got esoteric routing requirements for a particular customer. They can't do it. Yeah. So us in there would enable them to do it. We've had conversations with other ones where the conclusion, from a technical due diligence point of view is, Christ, let's throw away what they've got and save 10 million a year on license fees and use Simwood in the core. Now there's various reasons why both of those didn't didn't go anywhere. But like I say, the right opportunity will come along at the right time. But the right opportunity for us is customers, staff, platform. And that's why I can be so transparent about this. All of our, there's no secret amongst our staff that, if Elon rings me up this afternoon and it's right, then we'd consider it. It's not something that gets announced as a fait accompli. Same with the customers. I don't want the customers worrying about what our future holds. We're here for the long term.
Yeah.
Even though the ownership may change.
I mean, for Alan Quayle to call you a hero is pretty amazing because he calls Elon an idiot and everybody else an idiot. So I take that with a grain of salt. Everybody's an idiot to Alan Quayle, including me. One other thing, Alan, you may want to adopt his haircut and look. He looks sharp. At the end of the day, I'm trying to get Alan to get a haircut now since I've been on the show. I think it's working in the opposite direction. Yeah. The more I ask him, the more screwed up his hair gets. So you may want to adopt his look, Alan, because he's got that look. And Dave, I just want to ask a question, you, Dave. So, because I'm fascinated by this conversation, I'm really excited that you guys invited me. Or otherwise, I got invited by accident by Alan on this one. So Dave, what Jam Bones does is similar to what he does. But you seem to be more dealing, because I know you're dealing with a lot of these new AI companies from like San Francisco. You're dealing with these kids that just raise money and they don't really know what they're doing. I mean, how do your two things?
Well, I don't have a network. I'm not building a network. I couldn't afford to invest in a network. So that whole side of things, I don't do and wouldn't do very well. I would say in Jambones, we compete more with like LiveKit. If we're an orchestration platform, where we're going to connect any telephony to any AI, and we'll let you run it in an air-gapped, self-hosted environment if you want. And that's the space we're in that we need to compete in and compete better in. Because people don't think of us. When they think of, LiveKit, they just think, well, there's only one of those. Increasingly, people are thinking about us. So that's kind of the space we're in. So I think we're only similar in that, we're doing similar things with AI, kind of like everybody is. But, again, we're not, there's a lot of synergy because like I say, we got these people that do need the good network services, but they don't even know how to ask the questions. And we're just trying to get better at what we're doing. And we have to spend a lot of time knowing about, we connect to 20 speech vendors. We got to know all their APIs. We got to be able to troubleshoot when a guy says, 30 seconds into this conversation, this transcript isn't right. Why isn't right? And we got to go look at, well, what model did you, and we talk daily with DeepGram, with Rhyme, with all these people to try to, that's our expertise. That's where we're trying to be great at.
Usually a lot of those ones that are free end up not working eventually. We have Carell from Voxit over here, who I don't know if you know Carell. Yeah, he's
I mean, we've been working really close to integrate his, he's got his own STT, which now you can use through
he's got some big customers on it.
He's got some very big customers. I don't know what's going on in France, but there's enormous outbound dialing campaigns that we have over there going on with customers. But so that's kind of our
the same
world.
thing in France. Called protests. It's protest after protest. Although I was there once a few years ago.
What's going on in France?
Yeah, I got no protest. But no, so seriously, it's all the opportunity, because there's going to be a couple of IPOs. I mean, there's an IPO 2 days ago in the United States with a company called Newsmax, $150 million in revenue, went to a $20 billion market cap. I mean, crazy. $150 million in revenue.
Mean stock.
It's not a mean stock. It's not a mean stock at all. It's down to like 138, 12 billion right now.
Yeah.
It's not a mean stock. The market is hungry. So there's going to be a couple of IPOs. I know a couple of companies because that's what I follow. I mean, you'd be a perfect bolt-on for like a division for one of these things. Again, I'm just looking to find a way to muppet my way into your pockets. Because that's what we do at Dying Kids. Otherwise, the British dogs get it. The Bluey dogs. I have a 6-year-old, but no, I'm really blown away by this and by your whole presentation. If there's any way we can introduce you or help you in any way, I'm all in. I'm blown away.
Brilliant. Thank you. That's really kind of you.
Blown
Thank you.
away.
And
Really.
obviously, let's
I
keep in
come from
touch.
voice. I used to buy Dave switches in the 1990s.
I bet they're still working.
I actually bought his competitor, NACT, many years ago. I bought the company he used to compete with. I bought switches because I actually wanted to buy the switches to shut off my competitor because I was a calling card distributor. Then it didn't happen, and the company ended up going defunct. NACT, Rob. Um, so yeah, I understand fully what you do, and I totally believe in voice, and I do believe in voice is the biggest social media platform in the world. And I think it's coming back in spades. I think our younger generation, as people say, it's text. Really not. These kids are talking.
Yeah.
They're talking a lot more. They're engaging, and some of the political environment, kids are now. I've got a young kid in school. They're now being the whole learning and teaching of the kids now is more communicative. So I think voice is going to make a huge comeback. Huge. Not that it never went away, and went away. Not that it went anywhere. It's just from a focus standpoint. So I think what you
Yeah.
do in voice is because it's still the number one way to communicate on the planet.
Yeah, and I think I did an interview the other week talking about what life looks like in 2030, which is a fairly depressing subject. But the one thing that comes out of that is with more AI, with more automation, with more robotics, what people crave is more humanity.
Yeah.
And voice is that humanity.
Yep.
Be careful what these people got to be careful what they think and what they wish for. I mean, I read an article about Bill Gates saying in 10 years, everything's going to be automated. You're not going to need people for anything until the people start crashing and smashing these robots, just like they're doing the Elon's cars for whatever reason. Don't underestimate the power of people.
Yeah.
Because we're still a planet of people.
Yeah.
So I'm with you.
Yeah.
I don't buy any of that stuff, but yeah, this has been really fascinating for me.
Oh,
really exciting.
Thanks so much, Simon.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for having me.